Hello, my beautiful blossoms, blooms, and buds, and welcome to my book garden. I'm Rosebud Reads, and I'm excited that you're here. Quick heads up though. Literally just had a blackout here. I'm guessing the wind is crazy right now outside my house, so I might suddenly disappear for a little bit. Hello, Di. Hello, Momars Rover. But yeah, if I suddenly like either freeze or like it just stops, I'll be coming back on. You're sick? Oh no. No judging? No judging? No worries. But yeah, so if it just blacks out for a bit, that's why. It did that when I was recording one of the uh Days of Fickmas fanfic stuff. But thankfully it just kind of waited. So all good. But how is everybody? Are you doing well? Have you had a good weekend? Anything exciting? Oh yeah, I think this is number 5 of the book 3000 Autumns. I think it's 5. Hang on. Let's see. Let's see. 5. It's 5. Nice. But yeah, I'm trying to think. Other than getting ready for the holiday special stuff that starts on the 18th and goes through New Year, which I finished yesterday. I'm super excited about that. We'll be going live soon. Hi, Annika. Welcome. And congratulations, Momars Rover, that you finally finished classes for the semester. That's super exciting. But I'm good. I actually am going to be taking a day off tomorrow. Just a personal day. And I'm going to go to a Kris Kringle market near my house. And just kind of embrace the holiday spirit. But yeah. Right? I am super excited for all of it. But yeah, I'm super excited. My goals are to, of course, get something to drink. I don't know what their specials will be. I haven't really been to many Kris Kringle marts or markets. But I know they probably have a variety. I saw they had pretzels when I looked at their map, so I want a good pretzel. And I want to see if they have gingerbread because I've been craving gingerbread. So those are my goals. But I'm mostly just gonna enjoy, maybe do some window shopping, but just taking it in. Oh, that's awesome, Mars Rover. And hot cocoa definitely helps when putting up a tree. It makes everything go better. So I hope you enjoy. I'm sure it will look amazing. I hope it doesn't take too long because I know that can be like a whole day or even multi-day process. But yeah. No, I'm getting super excited about the Days of Fickmas. Yeah, I'm going to the one in Chicago. I haven't ever been to that one. I've been to some other ones around the area, but not the main one. But yeah. I've heard it's pretty cool. I know, I feel like a fake Chicagoan. No. But yeah. Yeah, I'm really also hoping it won't like rain tomorrow cuz there was some weird rain today. So um oh, planning your Christmas gift For your girlfriend? Nice. That's really sweet. Well, good luck with that. But, yeah. I know I've been talking about it a lot. You sure need it. I'm sure it'll turn out wonderful. No. I'm really getting excited. For the Figmas stuff, instead of our usual 8 o'clock, I did move it to the 6 o'clock. It'll be there no matter what after 6. But I made a whole playlist for it because, like, with the way it'll be releasing, it might be hard to find. But it will be under 2 different playlists. So it'll be under Days of Figmas 2025 or the fanfic special streams, which will have all the ones I end up making. But yeah. But I am very much looking forward to it. I am now realizing the one I recommended. Let me check. Is it in the community page, Di? Let me see. Visit community. Let's see. I do not see anything new in the community. So I have not seen it. Oh, last time in the chat. I have not had a chance. I'm sorry. I've been working on just getting the fanfic stuff ready. But if you recommend it again, I will write it down right here. I have paper. No, it is not weird to decorate with guitar strings. I mean, Tapos, yeah. It's okay. And hello also, Truffle. Welcome. That's exciting that you put up your tree. But I think that's about it. Yeah, so it starts the 18th at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, and then it'll just be 6 p.m. every day until the first of the year. So there's an extra long one, the 4-hour one on New Year's Eve. So it's really badass. Awesome. Okay, so I'm gonna just say, let's get started. Ugh. I will make sure to post up the next couple streams. I think we just have, other than this one, 2 others after this. But yeah. No, well, since I'm going to be going on a trip until the new year, I thought I'd do that. Originally, it started as the 4 fics, but it just grew and grew and grew. So now it's 14 days and 11 fics in total. Pictures on the front by the title page. Yeah, there's there is a picture of them getting the Tangren. This is the picture. Not too long ago. There's little Tangren Shen Yuan, or Shen Qiao. Shen Qiao. There we go. Lots of Shens. Yep. I one day want to have a Tenggren. And it is super cute. Okay. So last time we had Shen Yuan. Yeah. Shen Qiao looks a bit embarrassed, but the Tenggren is adorable. Hello, Esper Lady. We were just chatting, so I was literally about to kind of do a little pre-summary from last time, post-summary or something. From last time, I was also kind of hyping up the Days of Fickmas that I recorded. So it starts. Sorry, I was eating popcorn before this. So there's a kernel. The Days of Fickmas start the 18th at 6 p.m. and it's every day into the new year, with the 31st being the one that I was like, oh my god, I recorded for 4 hours. So that's the extra long one. But if you miss a day, it's fine. They'll all be there, but you can find them under Days of Fickmas playlist, or there's also like holiday playlists. But each one will also be posted in the posts. Like it'll have like a post for each day with the video linked if you just want to go there. So there's lots of ways to find it. I made sure to be thorough. But yeah. I like to eat sweets as well. Okay. But last time, Yan Wushi seemed to be having a chi deviation and was fighting Shen Qiao. So Shen Qiao's fighting him, and I'm just going to start from over here. Sect Leader Yan, it's me, Shen Qiao shouted, but it was all to no avail. The other man ignored him, attacking viciously and with deadly ruthlessness. Yan Wushi might have been heavily injured, but that didn't mean he'd lost his martial arts. Shen Qiao suddenly became aware of this point, because Yan Wushi, rarely attacked before, had given him the wrong impression. However, even if it were the real Yan Wushi, he wouldn't start attacking someone without regard to their identity the moment he opened his eyes. He was obviously confused and mentally disoriented. Shen Qiao suddenly recalled Bana mentioning that Yan Wushi had once strangled her. But afterward, Shen Qiao never saw him demonstrate such a vicious, irrational side, so he'd gradually forgotten about that incident. Could this be the manifestation of yet another personality? He helplessly exchanged several blows with Yan Wushi. The current Yan Wushi wasn't Shen Qiao's match, but the way he fought without regard for his life made Shen Qiao apprehensive. There was no way Shen Qiao could take his life, but to avoid being too loud and alarming the other guests in the inn, Shen Qiao searched for an opportunity, then sealed his acupoints. Unable to fight back, Yan Wushi collapsed forward. Shen Qiao quickly caught him, noticing as he did that his face was suddenly flushed red with blood. He rushed to feel his pulse and realized that Yan Wushi's internal energy was in chaos, rampaging throughout his body, a clear sign of chi deviation. Shocked despite himself, Shen Qiao quickly undid his acupoint. But the moment he did, Yan Wushi abruptly seized Shen Qiao's neck, then he threw himself closer and bit down on his lips. In pain, Shen Qiao snaked an arm around Yan Wushi's neck and struck hard. The other man fell limply on top of him. It was finally quiet. Shen Qiao let out a sigh of relief. He picked up Yan Wushi's wrist and felt it, then let out a gasp of surprise. If the man had just been in the throes of chi deviation earlier, then now, only a short time later, his pulse had completely calmed. In contrast, his life force even seemed to be thriving. So that is where we left off. Okay. Start 12. Chapter 71 starts at 15:15. Shen Qiao. Kid version? Yeah. Okay. 71. The real Yan Wushi. Yan Wushi's current situation was 100 times more troublesome than Shen Qiao's own had been back then. Shen Qiao might have fallen from a cliff and sustained grave injuries and then been plagued with lingering illnesses, but that was due to Joyful Reunion's poison flaring up in his body. His damaged meridians had since been repaired by the Shu Yang strategy's true qi, and the remnant poison from Joyful Reunion had also dissolved when he destroyed his martial arts. Though his eyes were still affected and he hadn't fully recovered, the Shu Yang strategy had already rebuilt his foundations. He had to completely relearn his martial arts, but all the disastrous factors within him were gone. But this wasn't true for Yan Wushi. The flaw in his demonic core had been there from the beginning. It was an innate problem. Guang Lingsan had even discovered it and exploited it using an ambush together with the other experts. He'd aggravated the flaw, and when combined with that head injury, Yan Wushi's entire body's meridians and internal breathing had fallen into discord. This in turn affected his state of mind, causing massive changes to his personality. Therefore, they had to heal at least 3 things before he could recover. One was the head injury, which was no longer a problem now that they had the Jade Cistanch. Second was to sort out his meridians, and third was to patch the demonic core. The second and third were interlinking. Fixing one would fix the other. Each day the flaw remained unrepaired was a day with the risk of qi deviation or disordered meridians. The problem with his meridians would also impede the recovery of his martial arts. Currently, the pulse Shen Qiao was feeling might not be indicative of Yan Wushi's true situation. Rather, it could be a sign of a calm without and a storm within. It was at least a good start. After all, Yan Wushi was a blessed genius. Since he'd said that the silk piece could repair the flaw in his demonic core, it must be true. It was only a matter of time and effectiveness. Shen Qiao laid him flat on the bed and then pulled a white item out of his sleeve. This was the jade cistanch that Shai Ling had given him back in Ruoqiang's ancient capital. The cuts the apes left Shen Qiao had then been mostly healed, so he'd never consumed it. Though the jade cistanch could regulate qi and ease breathing, since he now had the assistance of Shu Yang strategy's true qi, it wasn't too useful for him. Shen Qiao held the cistanch in his hand, then brought over an empty cup. With a squeeze, the cistanch's powder streamed down from between his fingers. It's a weird way to put it. I mean, it's a fruit, so wouldn't it be juice, not powder? Whatever. With a squeeze, the cistanch's powder streamed down from between his fingers. Soon, it filled half the cup, and he added some warm water. Then he gripped Yan Wushi's chin and pried his mouth open before pouring in the cistanch water mixture. This object was exalted for its curative power, so naturally it possessed some miraculous effects. Even the imperial palaces normally wouldn't have any. One had to go somewhere beneath the Gobi Desert, like Ruoqiang's ancient city, to find one. That it was precious went beyond saying. Those apes feeding on them year in and year out had been granted incredible strength, and over the years they'd even developed intelligence. That was why they'd been the martial artist's match in battle. At that time, Yan Wushi had plucked 4 fruits and discarded the rest in order to threaten Chen Gong. Afterward, he'd eaten 2 himself, then given Shen Qiao 1. He probably didn't imagine that, in the end, that last fruit would still end up being used on himself. If it had been anyone else, even if eating it themselves would have little effect, they probably still wouldn't have given it to another person for free. After he drank the jade cistanch water mixture, Yan Wushi's complexion really did improve quite a bit. Shen Qiao put down the cup and returned to meditating. At the same time, he pondered the matters concerning the Shuyang strategy. The Shuyang strategy had 5 volumes in total, and one of those was related to the martial arts from the demonic discipline. It was also precisely the contents of the piece of silk that Yan Wushi had seized from Chen Gong. Shen Qiao had read it as well. Being only a couple thousand characters, it was concise yet profound, and the entire thing really was a commentary on Ryue sect's martial arts in the past. There wasn't any point in Shen Qiao spending more time on it since he cultivated a Taoist core. It had nothing to do with him. Of the remaining 4 volumes that concerned the martial arts of the 3 schools, Shen Qiao had read 2. One of them from his venerable master Qi Fengui, and the other inside Shuyun Temple. He'd recited the latter personally before everyone, then Yan Wushi had destroyed it. As for the final 2 volumes, one was hidden within Shou's inner palace and the other was in Tiantai sect. Due to the Shuyang strategy's reputation, everyone believed it to be the most wondrous book in the world, and they all vied to see it. Back then, Du Yanshan had managed to obtain the whereabouts of one scroll, so he'd ordered deputy leader Yu Fuyi to purchase it from its owner, then bring it back to him under the pretense of escorting cargo. Who could have known that Yan Wushi would intercept and eventually end up destroying it? As a result, Du Yanshan hated Yan Wushi to the bone, so him joining in the ambush wasn't strange either. Anyone else would agree that Yan Wushi's actions deserved that kind of hate. However, though many people knew the Shuyang strategy to be great, they didn't actually know how it was good. They even assumed that some kind of peerless martial arts must be recorded within it, where practicing it would make you number 1 in the world. Even Qi Fengui of the past and Yan Wushi in the present had been unable to decipher it completely. Only after Shen Qiao lost his martial arts did he understand what was wondrous about the Shuyang strategy: the ability to reconstruct foundations. The Shuyang strategy's true qi integrated the strengths of the 3 schools, so its practitioners started out a level higher than everyone else. Their breadth of vision were entirely different. Due to this, the level of their future advancements would naturally differ as well. However, even if numerous martial experts realized this, they still wouldn't throw away their martial arts to start over with the Shuyang strategy. Furthermore, those who had already read the Shuyang strategy would become attached to it, so most of them wouldn't readily share it with others. As a proud Slavic thing, I am saying, the hell happened to the flirty woman? Oh, flirty woman. By wrong? Are you talking about by wrong? She comes back, don't you worry.